Just because Sunday night didn't bring a new episode of Game of Thrones or Rick and Morty doesn't mean that you had to spend your Labor Day weekend without entertainment. 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, aired part 2 of their tell-all special, the one that we told you to expect. The first section of it ended with Russ insulting Paola that she stormed off of the set. Part 2 features Hawkeye and Ann Fizzer. It shows Danielle and Mohammed face off, and we finally see the conclusion of Russ and Paola's recurring fight. First up, one of 90 Day Fiancé's most explosive couples, Danielle Mullins and Mohammed Jburli. We caught you up on Danielle Mullins' criminal history, which really seems to shed light on some of the accusations that were levied against her during her brief marriage to Mohammed. Well, she's not exactly endearing herself to anyone these days, either. When the host asks what she wants right now to make her happy, Danielle lists 2 things. First, she wants to get back all of the money that she made bringing Mohammed over from Tunisia and getting him his visa. That might not happen, but it's not exactly outrageous. She feels that Mohammed just used her. Second, though, Danielle says that she wants Mohammed to go back to Tunisia. She either wants him to go home voluntarily or to be deported. No surprise, since she's been very vocal about wanting him deported for a while now. That is, clearly a desire born of a desire for vengeance. It seems that she wants Mohammed to have gained nothing from their brief marriage. Paola speaks about it, backstage, pointing out that Danielle doesn't own the US and that it's awful for her to want to kick Mohammed out of America. But Mohammed isn't exactly doing himself any favors, either, as he has an inflammatory statement of his own. I only care about myself and what I do. I don't care about anybody else. He also condescendingly tells Paola and Loren to calm down when they're literally just talking sensibly. That's a silencing tactic used by creeps. And Mohammed Jburli is a creep. The relationship between these two has been dishonest, hurtful, and toxic pretty much all along. We don't know what Mohammed is planning to do next with his life, but Danielle Mullins is launching a reality career and she thanks her haters for it. Danielle, who claims to have a shy new boyfriend, though we have no names or pictures for him, has apparently been harassing a female acquaintance of Mohammed's. Even when they're not together, these two are having trouble letting go. Then, as we told you, Loren Brovanuk grills Hawkeye Nava backstage about his relationship and the marriage with Anfisa Arkitchenko. It seems clear to Loren and to many viewers, and to everyone, let's be honest, that Hawkeye had a crush on this beautiful model and that Anfisa liked the idea of marrying a wealthy man who could buy her whatever she wanted. When it turned out that Hawkeye was in debt, though, Anfisa was not happy and the relationship soured. On an earlier episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Anfisa even turned violent in an alarming scene caught on camera. Hawkeye insists to Loren that he really did fall in love with Anfisa. Loren seems to have her doubts about Hawkeye and Anfisa. For Loren, this is very personal, as she had so much trouble with the visa process for her husband, Alexei. She sees couples where it looks like someone got a mail-order bride as making a mockery of her relationship and the struggles of her own marriage. Paola Mayfield, bless her, suggests that Hawkeye could find someone better than Anfisa, pointing out that Anfisa is not even that pretty. That might be exactly what Hawkeye needed to hear, you know? Things still sound contentious between Hawkeye and Anfisa. Russ and Paola's storyline is basically that Paola is a gorgeous model, while Russ is a man who wanted to be married to a gorgeous model but apparently has trouble handling the fact that his wife is a gorgeous model. Specifically, Russ had a problem with Paola Mayfield modeling in lingerie. Despite his very contemporary haircut, Russ seems like a man from the 1950s. He's actually from Oklahoma, but in his case, that seems to amount to the same thing. The fact that Hawkeye comes across as more sensible than Russ is alarming. Hawkeye asks, "Do you trust her, Russ?" Russ replies, "I trust her. Yes." Hawkeye, then you shouldn't have a problem. Ding 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 ding. You know, sometimes, people show a lot more wisdom giving relationship advice to others than they do with their own lives. Jorge seems to be an example of this. Russ affirms that he loves Paola. Paola, in the meantime, took to Instagram to say that we did not see the whole story between her and Russ. We're not sure what is missing, though of course they didn't show everything. This is reality television, but we'd say that Paola came out smelling like roses.